After today, the playoffs are just 3 weeks away. Week 14 of the DSFL 2. We take a look at the AFC divisional picture. The Steelers already clinched the division, but with a loss, the Browns at 4-8 will be out of contention for the postseason. We start off here in Pittsburgh on a rainy afternoon with Dante Lavelli getting the first action here. The Cleveland Browns desperate on all cylinders so far today. And after a 7-0 start, Frank Minifield there with a pick six. He takes the ball and is gone down the left sideline. 14-0 start for the Browns. A big start for the Browns here as it's win or go home for Cleveland. Bradshaw and the Steelers showing fight despite that they don't really need to win this game. Already clinching the division. Franco Harris off the left sideline, and he is gone. And now the Steelers are in the game down by only a touchdown here at home with under 2 minutes to play before halftime. Now we start off with a punt return, and this is either a big play or, that's right, a fumble recovered by the defense. This one, Cornell Lake with the recovery, and that's a big blow for Cleveland. Now Joshua Cribbs has been shut down all DSFL. 3rd and goal from the 4, and that one a touchdown. Game tied at 14 apiece, and now Cleveland has to respond in the fourth quarter, but after all game long with no offensive success, only 7 points the entire game, another 3 and out for the offense. And now the Cleveland D has to step up and make a play. Can they do just that? They allow a big play to Grossman and then another first down. And on 1st and goal from the 3, the game is over. Zeros on the clock, and the Steelers pull it out 17-14, and the Browns are eliminated from playoff contention. Bengals already out of the postseason, but the 10-2 Houston Texans/Oilers are looking to take hold of perhaps the 2nd seed as they are a game back of the Oakland Raiders. They do just that with a 10-yard scamper by Warren Moon, 7-0. Ensuing kickoff, TJ Houshmandzadeh fumbles the football, and the rock is picked up by the defense. And it wouldn't be long before the Houston offense would take advantage of the turnover. 1st and goal from the 6. Touchdown, Arian Foster right up the middle, and the scamper makes it 14-0. Texans win easy. Final 28-14. They are now 11-2. Currently, both the Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs 2 games behind the Colts in the starting wild card chase. They are 9-3, holding the 5th seed. But the Colts need a win today to keep hold of that, and early on, Jamal Lewis would change that as the Ravens at 6-6 need to keep winning to take hold of a wild card spot entering the postseason. But here, after a 7-0 start, the Indianapolis Colts get a big break on 3rd down and 11, and on 3rd and goal from just 3 yards to go. 3-yard touchdown by Edgerrin James getting into the end zone, 7 apiece here early in the 2nd quarter in Baltimore. More success for Indianapolis. Marvin Harrison, 10th touchdown of the season. A big mark for the Colts receiver. Now it's 14-7, but right before halftime, look at that. Just 10 seconds to go right now, and Donario Alexander into the end zone, long 70-yard touchdown. The crowd gets in the way, but that's not going to stop the Baltimore Ravens from tying this game up. Now 21-14, and the defense comes into play. Dwayne Starks with a pick six, getting inside the Indianapolis 35, and Dwayne Starks with a big play for the Ravens. And would the offense take advantage? 1st and 10, Jamal Lewis off the right sideline, and he gets into the end zone, getting by the Colts defense deep, and now it's all tied up at 21 apiece. And more success for the Ravens defense. That is Chris Alexander with the interception, but that interception would only last 1 play. Flacco picked off right back, and that would be Don Schnick with the interception. And can the Colts respond this time out? Unitas on 2nd and 7. No, he cannot. Peter Boulware with the interception, and now it goes right back to the Ravens, and Flacco in the offense at least gets inside the 5. It'll be a field goal, and the Ravens take the lead. So now can Unitas, despite 3 interceptions so far today, can he respond with a 4th quarter rally? Raymond Berry on the receiving end of the Unitas pass, and then Mackey to get inside the Ravens side of the field. But on the very next play, Unitas looking, throwing, picked off. That one, Dominique Foxworth and his 4 INTs on the game, crucial in the Colts losing here today, and the Ravens improved to 7-6, big win for Baltimore, and the Indianapolis troubles continue as the injury report is out, and Gary Brackett and Endron James both injured and will face serious time on the bench. NFC playoff picture after Week 14, the New Orleans Saints at 7-5, currently the 6th seed, but only hold a half-game lead over the Rams because of tiebreakers in the NFC playoff picture, and the Titans are one of those teams that with a loss will be eliminated in the wild card chase. Now at 4-8 on the season, the Titans did not show that they lost early and often. A big touchdown by Charlie Hennigan, the only touchdown scored in the entire football game. Third quarter action, Drew Brees sacked for the first of a lot of times on the afternoon. Jason Jones in the backfield, and the Saints going for it in the fourth quarter. Drew Brees short of the first down, and that'll be the story of the ball game. Saints with a big loss, and now the Rams can take hold of the 6th seed with a win. As we mentioned, the St. Louis Rams at 7-5 can take hold of the 6th seed with a win today against a winnable Seattle team, but the only non-special teams touchdown is a defensive fumble return for a touchdown in the second quarter. That would prove the difference. The Seattle Seahawks upset the Rams 13-9, your final. With the Rams and the Saints losing, the Vikings after Week 14 could in fact be the number 6 seed in the NFC playoff picture at 6-6 on the season. But they take on a pedestrian 4-8 Detroit team that has won recently, and they would show their dominance on the offensive side of the ball. A Brandon Pettigrew touchdown connection, 7-0 entering the second quarter, and Fran Tarkenton dialing up the deep ball, but that one picked off. And where's Luis Delmas? How is he a starter? He gets his way into the lineup and makes a big interception for Detroit, as on the ensuing offensive possession, 3rd and 13, Lane Wood overthrows intended receiver, but they would connect on a field goal try. 10-0 now. Randy Moss ensuing possession scampers deep down the left sideline, getting into Lions territory. But down 2nd and 3, an obvious forward pass, but that one ruled a fumble. And look at Walker traveling down the sideline. Not any receiver, as Sidney Rice can't even get him. That one a touchdown, and the fumblerooski goes for the score, and the Lions win easy, 27-17. Two teams that are currently looking for playoff positioning rather than just making the postseason. The Raiders at 10-2 travel to Green Bay to take on the 9-3 Packers. Both of these teams extremely talented, but in the first half, for a game that was more sloppy than the weather, the turnovers in this game just piled up in the first half. 2 turnovers so far just in the first quarter, then Woodson with an interception. Then on the next Packers series, Rodgers complete. He's in field goal range right now, but Sterling Sharp fumbles the ball. 4th turnover for both teams on the day, and it would just continue. A mistake by the Packers with under 20 seconds to go, allowing Tim Brown deep, and that is the first touchdown and only one of the first half, as it'd be 10-0 entering halftime. But Rodgers and Jennings connect on a long connection to get into field goal range. That would start the Packers to get some sort of an offensive rhythm. It'd be 10-3 Raiders entering the fourth quarter. Ensuing kickoff return, Johnson deep, and he would fumble the football. Matthews jars the ball loose, and Pepro there, Johnny on the spot for the recovery. And how would the Packers respond with their first turnover the second half? Easy pickings for Amon Green. Touchdown, tied at 10 here in the fourth quarter. Now can the Oakland Raiders respond? The whole Packers defense there for the sack, as it would be a 4th and 23 now. Raiders have to punt it away, and Amon Green in the fourth quarter muscles his way 2 3rd and 7 conversions to get inside the Raider 8-yard line. And on 1st and goal, why not waste your time? Settle for a field goal. 13-10 your final. Packers win. Now with the Green Bay win, Chicago needs to keep pace with the high-flying Packers as they travel to Denver to take on the upstart Denver Broncos team that with a loss would be out of playoff contention. Another team in the AFC looking for a win here at home, and a 7-0 make it 13-6 start for the Denver Broncos, and more offensive struggles for the Bears. Another sack, and on 4th and 1, why not go for it? But Luckman incomplete. That's a turnover on downs, and the Chicago offense right back to the bench. Now, another field goal for Denver would keep the Bears in a game. Only a 2-possession ball game for the Bears. And on 2nd and 10, why not go deep? Willie Gault, first touchdown of the afternoon. And it's 16-13 now. And the Broncos try to get a first down. That would seal it. The chains say he's just inches away, and the Broncos have to punt. Now, Chicago out of timeouts has one final opportunity, but their very first Luckman pass picked off. And now the Gradishar interception seals it for the Broncos' upset win in Denver. Buccaneers at 8-4 on the season, trying to distance themselves from the Saints that just lost in the NFC South, trying to get a 3-game lead in that division. And now early on, Aqib Talib with the interception, a big break for the Buccaneers defense, and they would take advantage. 3rd and goal. This is Trent Dilfer, and he has done a tremendous job replacing Doug Williams, just managing the football game. But in the 3rd quarter, an interception, that one would give the Jaguars some life on offense. If only the 3-9 Jags could do anything on that side of the football. 1-yard loss on those 3 downs, and then a field goal, no good. And the Buccaneers hold. It's 10-3, and LeGarrette Blount right up the middle, and the scamper 36 yards later, touchdown Tampa Bay. And they would go on to win easy over the Jacksonville Jaguars. 17-10, your final. Now we begin our rundown through the fascinating NFC East playoff picture as every team is in the chase, but the Philadelphia Eagles lead the pack. But Ricky Williams breaks a tackle and scores on a 2-yard scamper, and now it's 7-0. Dolphins score first, but in the 2nd quarter, Randall Cunningham connects with Pete Ratzlaff. Why not break 2 tackles and scores? He's in for the touchdown, and now Miami is down by a touchdown, and now we're in danger of losing their playoff positioning after a 5-0 start. They're currently 7-5, but late in the 4th quarter, Miami going for the deep ball. Dan Marino with under 2 minutes to go, complete Mark Duper, and he's in for the touchdown. And now Miami fights back and wins by a field goal. 17-14, your final. Now a quick timeout from the NFC East matchups. We take a look at the Chiefs and the Jets. Kansas City looking today to improve to 8-5 on the year and get another win to get to the playoff picture. But after the video corrupted, that does not stop Charger Dude 95 from recording these games. A 3-3 tie in overtime, and the kick is good. And the Chiefs with a big win over the Jets, and now at 8-5 on the season. Not only are the Chiefs the number 6 seed in the playoff picture to this point, but the Jets with 5 sacks by Gastineau could not get it done, and now they're out of the postseason. Redskins and the Patriots in New England already busted out of the postseason, but the 6-6 Redskins with a win today, actually because of the Eagles' loss, would be the first in the NFC East going into Week 15. And the Patriots seemingly here in Washington, but all season long, are like a practice squad team. This team is almost a 99 overall, but really plays like a 60 overall. They are a terrible football team. They're 6-0. Brits with the fumble return for a touchdown, 16-0. Taylor in the back of the end zone, 23-0. The Redskins stop playing, and it's 23-6, your final. Final matchup of the afternoon, a night game between the Giants and the Cowboys. Both of these teams down 2 games to the leading Washington Redskins right now at 7-6, but both the 5-7 Giants and Cowboys underperformed all year long, but Dallas comes into this one at 5-7, rolling on all cylinders here at home. A kickoff return touchdown to make it 7-0, and then after a 17-3 start right before halftime, Deion Sanders with the interception, and he's gone. No one's going to chase him down the left sideline all the way in for a Dallas touchdown. And on the Dallas Star, he shows his version of the Star. It's 24-3 in the 3rd quarter. And is it too little too late for Tiki Barber, the scamper into the end zone? It's now 24-10. Staubach hands off to Dorsett in the 4th quarter, and he's not going to get the first down. Waving the white flag, the Dallas defense is. And now down by 10 points. It's a fumble, and this one returned by the defense. Chris Howley with the recovery, but the Dallas offense sets up at the 2-yard line. Now on a 3rd and 11 handoff, and he barely gets out of the end zone. It's a 4th and goal. And now the Manning-led offense returns with a touchdown here, and now down by 7. Can they convert? They fire it deep, and can they force overtime? No, they cannot. Knicks drops the ball. Giants lose. Cowboys win. Total Access coming up next week. The Cowboys win, and it's 17-24 your final.